This vegetable started riots. It toppled harvests, emptied a nation, and buried over 1 million people in unmarked graves. Kings feared it. Peasants worshipped it. And for 10,000 years it fed an empire the world forgot. This is not a story about food. This is the story of the potato. 8,000 years ago, high in the Andes near Lake Titicaca, farmers domesticated a wild, bitter, faintly toxic root. They didn't know it yet, but they were engineering the future's most important crop. Through generations of careful selection, they transformed poison into sustenance. The Inca turned this root into an empire-building weapon. They bred hundreds of varieties for every altitude and climate. Then they invented something remarkable: chuño, freeze-dried potatoes that could last for years. It was ancient food security, centuries ahead of its time, and it fed armies that conquered a continent. 1532. Spanish conquistadors tear through the Inca Empire, chasing gold and silver. But hidden in the wreckage was something more valuable than either. A strange, ugly root nobody in Europe had ever seen. They shipped it home almost as an afterthought. It would change history more than any treasure they stole. Europe did not welcome the potato. It belonged to the nightshade family, the same family as deadly poisons. Priests warned it caused leprosy. Peasants believed it was cursed. For over 200 years, an entire continent looked at the solution to famine and refused to eat it. In 1756, Prussia's King Frederick the Great had a plan. He ordered farmers to grow potatoes, and they refused. So he changed tactics. He planted royal potato fields and stationed guards around them. Suddenly, peasants assumed anything guarded must be valuable. They started stealing the very crop that would save them. In France, a former prisoner of war named Antoine Augustin Parmentier had eaten potatoes to survive captivity. Determined to save his starving countrymen, he threw royal dinner parties built entirely around the potato, and convinced Queen Marie Antoinette to wear potato flowers in her hair. Overnight, the peasant food became fashionable. Once accepted, the potato exploded across Europe. It produced more calories per acre than almost any grain. Populations surged. Nowhere embraced it more than Ireland, where by the 1840s, nearly half the population depended on a single variety, the lumper, for almost every meal. It was efficient, it was abundant, and it was a catastrophe waiting to happen. 1845. A microscopic fungus called Phytophthora infestans drifts across Irish fields. Within days, healthy green plants turn black and collapse into a foul-smelling rot. Farmers dig up soil expecting food and find only sludge. The single crop an entire nation depended on was dying in the ground, all at once. Over the next 7 years, roughly 1 million people died of starvation and disease. 1 million more fled across the Atlantic, crammed into ships so grim they were called coffin ships. Ireland's population collapsed by a quarter, a wound the country would carry for generations. One crop failure, one nation forever changed. But the story didn't end in tragedy. The potato pushed on, spreading into China, India, and Africa, where it became a critical defense against famine. Today, China grows more potatoes than any other nation on Earth. The same root that once triggered catastrophe became one of humanity's greatest tools for survival. In the 20th century, the potato found a new destiny: the deep fryer. Thin-cut, salted, golden. French fries became the engine behind a global fast food empire worth hundreds of billions of dollars. A crop once feared as poison was now sold by the billions, every single day under bright yellow arches. High in Peru, scientists at the International Potato Center guard something extraordinary: thousands of potato varieties, preserved as insurance against the next famine. Genetic diversity nearly lost after centuries of relying on just a few strains, now protected, seed by seed, tuber by tuber, for a future none of us can predict. In 2016, scientists in Peru ran an experiment inspired by science fiction. Could potatoes grow in Mars-like soil? Using simulated Martian conditions, engineered from volcanic desert, they proved it was possible. The same root that once terrified a continent might one day feed the first human colony on another planet. A root nobody trusted became the food that shaped migration, sparked innovation, and rewired the fate of nations. The potato was never just a vegetable. It was power, survival, tragedy, and reinvention, buried in the dirt and quietly changing the world. If this story surprised you, imagine what else has been hiding in plain sight. Subscribe, and let's uncover it together.